What's good, YouTube? We're back. The off season has been wonderful, bro. I took some time away, go see my family in New York. Went to France for a ski festival. Now I'm back. Time for the off season workouts and everything. So you know what I'm saying? We're back with the YouTube videos too. Back to the grind. Getting ready for next season. I gotta figure out where I'm finna play next season. Gotta sign my new deal. So I got this video sent to me by request of Dre. Shout out to my boy. And if any of you guys want me to check out a video, let me know that in the comments. I go through all of them. I try to reply to all of them. Unless y'all some hating ass motherfuckers, and then I just leave it alone. But we got a video today. We checking out Cam Reddish and how he failed in the NBA. Now, as a Knicks fan, I really thought Cam Reddish was about to go crazy. I thought he was gonna be one of the young guns, but I will say a coach like Tom Thibodeau, it's really hard to play under if you aren't built a certain way, right? Like Coach Tibbs demands a certain type of caliber player. He also demands a certain type of effort on defense and a certain type of knowledge of the game. And at the highest level, it's hard, man. You understand some of these guys at the NBA level, it's like the best of the best. And what separates them is like little things, right? Like some of the guys at the top level, you nitpick about who you like better or what you prefer in a player. You know what I'm saying? So
Who the hardest person you had to guard?
Be honest, man. Could be when you're freshman.
Cam Reddish. I told you, everybody gonna say
people.
Cam Reddish's flop of an NBA career thus far is one of the most frustrating case studies in the NBA. Everyone who's played against Cam seemingly knows that he's one of the coldest players in the NBA from a talent perspective.
To this day, I think the best player in that class was Cam Reddish.
Now in just his 5th season in the NBA, he already has his back to the wall. With 2 teams already having given up on the sky-high potential of Cam Reddish, it looks like it won't be long until Cam is buying a one-way plane ticket to Shanghai.
that's super tough, bro, because and this is what I was talking to some of my teammates the other day about this, right? Like, it's tough as it is to make it in college, right? Like, you gotta be the best player in your city, your state, your region, you know what I'm saying? Like, to even make it to the college level is a certain caliber of player. You got to be one of the top 250, 300 players in the world to even make it in the NBA on a two-way. Other people, when you hear them talk about Cam Reddish, they always say he's nice. And he is nice, bro. If you ever watch this man play basketball, bro, this kid's nice, right? It's tough. It's tough. I just don't like to see guys get slandered at the NBA level. And it's like, these are some of the bestest athletes in the world. And these are some of the top basketball players you've ever seen in your life. But then Joe Schmo on his couch is sitting talking about Cam is washed. Like, just I guess my point of my little rant here is not too much on the NBA guys being trash at basketball. None of these dudes are trash at basketball.
With all the talent in the world to be a perfect NBA wing in 2024, why is Cam Reddish little more than an underachiever? Subscribe. Cam Reddish was no stranger to the spotlight. Growing up in Norristown, Pennsylvania, you don't see many stars begin to shine. When you're a 6'2" 8th grader running points on your varsity team and going viral on the internet, that town will start to look a little bright.
All right, bro. 6'2" in middle school is nuts, bro. That's that. You're cheating.
Cam checked all the boxes. He was a tall guard who still wasn't done growing or anywhere close, really, who could cook you off the bounce, create for himself, spot up, or find someone else. He really could do it all as a kid playing for Haverford High School. But the problem was, they just couldn't do it for him. As after his freshman season, he would transfer to Westtown to play alongside NBA player Mo Bamba. And if you watched my Mo Bamba video, you know just how scary he was defensively. But that also left a hole for a scoring punch that Cam Reddish filled and then some. As Reddish would stretch out from 6'2" to 6'7" over the next 3 years, he quickly blossomed into an all-around gem of a backcourt player. As social media helped grow this guy's name, there was really not much to dislike about him. Compared to
What's crazy about that is, like, I wish I grew to 6'7", bro. Bro, in high school, I went from 5 foot to 5'6", bro. What do you mean? Yo, man, 6'2" in middle school? God damn.
Compared to Paul George for his buttery smooth game, shifting players, pulling up from anywhere super quick with the nicest looking jump shot in America, and an athletic ability that Kevin Durant himself said was off the charts. According to everyone who ran into them, Cam Reddish was one of the best bucket getters in the country. With a tight handle, an elite pull-up game, and gross touch around the basket, Cam Reddish was a 3-level scorer that could man up on anyone defensively, standing at 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan, who had been working on his playmaking skills since he picked up a ball running the point his whole damn life. It's no wonder why he was the 3rd-ranked player in the country by ESPN, because frankly, just looking at his talents at a surface level, there really isn't a weak point. Really yet to hit a speed bump on the way to the top. The first step back that started to pop some red flags was after teaming up with the 2 guys ahead of him in Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett, the number 1 and 2 players in the country, forming a collegiate super team with the Duke Blue Devils.
That was a scary college lineup, bro. And what's crazy about that whole class is almost all of them is like a little disappointing, right? Like, is it us expecting too much out of these guys, or is it them not living up to the potential? Because even RJ, trust me, Knicks fan here, I wasn't too mad when RJ was traded, but I was actually happy when we got OG because he was exactly what we needed for the Knicks roster. Zion, right? He having the weight problem. This man, you know what I'm saying, not really focused on basketball, big mama drama, all that stuff. We thought Zion was going to come through and be like LeBron 2.0 with a little bit more swag. Like, you know what I mean? Zion's great, right? But when I watch Zion play, I'm like, yo, if this man had a jump shot, this kid would be disgusting. And then Cam Reddish now, man, like, yo, man's unlimited. He has the cheat code, man. He got the life hack, the NBA fucking update 3.2.1. And apparently he's not doing what he's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? What we thought, expecting him to do. It's almost that debate of, is it the media expecting too much out of guys, or is it really just these guys not living up to potential? That's a slippery slope there.
Although it's got to be fun to be on an all-time good team alongside 2 of the best college players in the country, Cam learned the consequence of sacrificing for the team. As for the first time ever, Cam was a role player in this system. And in this position, frankly, Cam Reddish was terrible. Averaging 13.5 points for the Blue Devils on a miserable 35% from the field and a pretty poor 33% for 3, Cam didn't know what to do when the ball wasn't in his hands. He'd blow up for an efficient 25 points just to score 4 points the next night. If you didn't feed him...
See, it's tough, bro, when you play at those big schools like that, man. It's like, when you grow up playing point, I played point my whole life. I still play point. And that's just probably part of me being 6 foot and not fucking 6'7", bro. But, like, it's tough when you're used to having the ball in your hands and you're playing with guys who don't create for you. It's almost like you have to change your whole game, what you know your whole life, what you're used to, what you're comfortable doing, what you're good at almost has to change. A lot of guys in the NBA have to find a niche so they can get paid, secure their bag, and make a living, right? A lot of the role players that you see in the NBA, they actually know how to do more than what they're doing, what they're showing. But for the team and needs and what's, you know what I'm saying, best for their family, the interest of the city, interest in the team, what coach asked them to do. Like, I grew up playing point guard my whole life, but hey, if you're going to pay me $40 million to just stand in this corner and shoot the 3-ball, I'm going to go do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the toughest part mentally for a lot of these guys, because you grow up being the best player, you know what I'm saying, it's in your team. You grow up with the ball in your hand, all the praise for all this crazy stuff you're doing. You get to the league, it's an adjustment. That's the same adjustment I guess Cam had to go through in college. I wish there was almost like someone in his ear being like, yo, this is the same thing that's going to be happening in the league. And I guess I didn't think about that until, like, obviously I'm not going to the league, right? But I play overseas now. And I have the luxury of dominating the ball mostly on the team I play on. And I know that if I was to move up into, you know what I'm saying, let's say I'm up a league level, your game has to change, right? Like, the bag gets bigger. Stands get fat, like, you know what I'm saying? The stands get more full, but you have to adjust your game, adjust your mindset. It's like the sacrifice you make to play at that level. It's tough. You go from, you know what I'm saying, bring the ball down the court, come off the pick and roll to, hey, you got a backdoor cut, set the screen. It's like those are two totally different games, two different play styles. Almost the price to pay to play with high-level players or play in a league like the NBA. You got to sacrifice your game for the betterment of the team because not everybody can dominate the ball, right? Like, say, for example, you on, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, the Memphis Grizzlies and you're John Morant, right? You go from having the ball, being a superstar, being the number one guy. Now, if you go play with LeBron, bro, you have to sacrifice, bro. It's like, it's a given. And that's why a lot of players don't like playing with LeBron because you have to sacrifice what you like doing, what you love doing for winning. And then that's what you got to weigh, bro. Like, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough thing to go through, tough mindset.
Feed him consistently, it became clear that he'd quickly
Not easy.
disappear. Really, the only thing that came from Cam's lone season at Duke was an influx of questions and muddying of his perception. Scouts gained some concern of the typical intangibles that this talented of a player may lack, like shot selection, due to an over-reliance on everything being easy up to this point, attitude issues, and whatever else you want to dump onto that. After one of the stranger collegiate seasons that you'll see, he quickly became the mystery man in the NBA draft. After a season this poor, frankly, he had a little business heading early first round. But with how much buzz this guy generated in high school, just showing up to a few collegiate games was going to be enough to be projected in the lottery. With a little success after elevating to the college level, but still the potential to be among the best in the class, and the respect of his classmates as well, Cam could have went third or Cam could have went 23rd. I mean, who knows who wants to take the chance. But after striking gold with Trae Young, the Hawks chose to expand their young core, adding Cam Reddish to the mix, 10th overall. Banking on what could be and denying what is kind of dumb. But in this situation, is it really?
Like, it's not even a bad choice to think, let's add a really good wing who can handle the ball next to Trae, bro. That's not even a bad idea, I don't think. Right?
Cam Reddish with the right mindset and the right training program is built for the NBA. I mean, talent makes the league go round at the end of the day, and if the stars align, it's hard to imagine him not being a very valuable piece that brings a lot of versatility that teams would kill for. Fast forward to his rookie year, and Cam would see struggles adjusting into the NBA once again, failing to hit that 40% from the field. I mean, there was no constant with him, as it seemed 80% bad shot selection and an inconsistent jumper, just to give you some hope that 20% of the time when he got on a little roll. It wasn't much to see if you tuned into the Hawks games expecting to see the Balls Life legend show out, and numerous injuries throughout the season slowing him down here and there were icing on the shitty cake. Putting up 10 a game on 38% shooting, the growing pains were right in your face. After playing 26 games in the following season and shooting a sucktacular 36% from the field, Cam Reddish was out of Atlanta in just 2 years, who quickly had no time for the project of project players that is Cam Reddish.
That's the toughest part about, like, when you go from the college to the NBA, let's even say for y'all at home, if you want to put this perspective, that's like going from playing high school basketball to college, right? The guys go from being 5'8", closing out at you, to now everybody's 6'4" and up closing out. It's a little different, you know what I'm saying? The speed picks up. The defenses change. The schemes coaches are throwing at you changes. You have the mind games. Like, all right, keep up the pick and roll. Now they're hedging this time. Oh, now they're trapping me. Like the game gets. It's almost stupid to say, but the level of basketball raises. It's tough because your whole life you've been training and you've been playing against this competition. Now it's one jump up, right? Now you almost have to take it upon yourself to like really put that work in the film room. Put that work in the weight room. Put that work in on yourself mentally, physically. It's tough. You're asking a lot of a player. And not everyone's built like LeBron James, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the NBA, hey, you got money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Now you got 40 million and you open your Chase account. Now I got 10 racks. Yeah, we out to the club. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we appreciate the greats while they're here. Like, I truly believe we don't appreciate the LeBron Jameses, the Kevin Durants. We don't appreciate that while they're here, bro. And when they're gone, we're really going to miss them. Because it's like a special breed, a really special person to be elite at basketball. Like, I don't think us as fans, we appreciate it enough.
After 2 years into the nightmare of a career that it was so far, Cam Reddish went on to say that he still feels like he's on track to be a star in this league. But after failing to play more than 60 games due to injury plaguing him on the floor, a lack of any technical improvement whatsoever, Cam Reddish was given up on by his second team in just his third year in the league, being traded to Portland partway through the 2023 season. This is usually where you'll see a few more teams take a chance on a guy like him, cut him most of the time, and pretty damn soon he'll be across an ocean. Landing in Los Angeles and what we've seen so far this season, that may be coming true. Scoring 6 a game on 40% from the field, Cam has been a nightmare of an offensive piece in the NBA. Frankly, he is a big net negative to your team. Although offensively at times he can be very good, his effort is as inconsistent as the rest of his play. But his offense is one of the most frustrating sights to see in the game. Out of all players playing over 20 minutes, coming in dead last for passes made, Cam Reddish is the ultimate black hole right now. He can complain about not being in the right position to succeed on his path to being a star, but if you're not willing to play like a role player on your way there, you're going to flop before you succeed at anything. Being a below average
Yo. That's not how I read that back.
You complain about not being in the right position to succeed on his path to being a star, but if you're not willing to play like a role player on your way there, you're going to flop before you succeed at
He plays if Justice Winslow thought he was Kawhi Leonard is crazy. Oh my god, bro. That's so fucked up. No comment.
Succeed at anything. Being a below average player shooting leaning threes just makes you the most aesthetically pleasing 32% 3-point shooter in the league. So much for the hot hand everyone thought that he would be. Cam Reddish is really a coach's nightmare, since every tool he needs he has and then some, except his own mind playing against him. Really at this point, I don't think that it's going to be possible for Cam to bounce back into being a valuable piece, since he's not willing to take on that role as a 3-and-D guy without forcing himself into the spotlight and destroying his team and his own success in the process. Cam's time is running out quickly, and I don't know if we'll be seeing a turnaround at this point, because that's not exactly the normal progression. Maybe you can take a couple notes from Dante Exum, who's putting together the biggest bounce back season in the league this.
Oh my god. Shout out Dr. Exum, bro. That man fell off the face of the earth and came back in a whole new way. In Dallas, shout out to y'all for taking a chance on him, bro. Me personally, I would never say a player cannot, or even a man cannot change, you know what I'm saying, turn his life around for the better. Shout out Cam Reddish, bro. I want nothing but the best for any player, bro. Like, life is not easy. Basketball is not easy. Basketball in the NBA, damn sure not easy, bro. But I don't really know what's going on with Cam Reddish. But another player I don't know what's going on with is Bol Bol. And we made a video about that. I'll leave this video for you on screen right now.